This is wrestling's greatest moments.
Hey now, wrestling fans. It's time for another episode of Wrestling's Greatest Moments, Who's Dat Wrestler, where we provide 5 clues and you have to guess the wrestler's identity. The less clues you need to get the answer, the better your score. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Here are the rules. You have 5 clues to guess each wrestler's identity, that is, the wrestling name they're best known by. If you answer the question with the first clue, you earn 5 points. If you answer the question by the second clue, you get 4 points, and so on, with the 5th and last clue being worth 1 point. If you don't answer the question within 5 clues, you get a whole lot of nothing. Dare to play the Wildcard? If you're willing to take a risk, consider playing our Wildcard question. We'll give you the subject. The question could be easy, medium, or hard. You won't know until you play it. It's a multiple choice question, or as we used to say in school, a multiple guess. Answer it right, and you add 5 points to your score. Answer it wrong, and you deduct 5 points. Keep in mind, the wild card is optional. Here's an example. Category: The Road Warriors. Your difficulty is easy. Lucky you. Here's a question. Which of these tag team titles weren't held by the Road Warriors? 1. The AWA World Tag Team Championship. 2. The WWF Tag Team Championship. 3. The ECW Tag Team Championship. Or 4. The NWA World Tag Team Championship. The correct answer is 3. The ECW World Tag Team Championship. Good luck! Question 1. Easy. Clue number 1. This second-generation wrestler was born on December 28, 1955, in Calgary, Alberta, but grew up in Downers Grove, Illinois. Wrestling was in the family's DNA, and this wrestler and his brother, who also became a wrestler, battled each other in impromptu matches. Clue number 2. This wrestler began competing in the early 1970s. His father, Angelo, helped train him to become a professional wrestler, and this wrestler held the NWA World Tag Team Championship with his father in big-time wrestling. Clue number 3. This wrestler competed in his father's outlaw promotion, International Championship Wrestling, ICW, where he battled his brother. The ICW eventually folded, and this wrestler, his brother, and his father went to Memphis's Continental Wrestling Association, CWA. This wrestler was known for wearing a suit of armor sometimes in promos. Clue number 4. This wrestler and his brother jumped to the WWF, but they were never acknowledged as brothers on air. This wrestler began a babyface gimmick, reading poetry before his matches and throwing frisbees to the fans. Clue number 5. This wrestler turned heel in the WWF, becoming the Genius. He teamed with Mr. Perfect and even scored a count-out victory over WWF champion Hulk Hogan. Who's that wrestler? Who is Leaping Lanny Poffo, a.k.a. the Genius? Question 2. Easy. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on March 9th, 1959 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He attended Robbinsdale High School with several future wrestlers, including future tag team partner Barry Darsow, a.k.a. Crusher Khrushchev. Clue number 2. This wrestler debuted in Jim Crockett Promotions in 1984, where he was paired with his kayfabe uncle, Ivan Koloff. Clue number 3. This wrestler became known as the Russian Nightmare and teamed with Ivan Koloff to capture the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Known as the Russians, this team feuded with the Road Warriors. Clue number 4. This wrestler had a famous feud with Magnum TA, where he battled Magnum in a best-of-7 series for the United States Championship, eventually defeating Magnum for the title. Clue number 5. This wrestler was known for his finisher, the Russian Sickle. He later turned babyface after Magnum TA's career-ending automobile accident, teaming with Dusty Rhodes as the Superpowers. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Nikita Koloff? Question 3. Medium. Clue number 1. This second-generation wrestler was born on June 21st, 1955, in Fontana, California. He debuted around 1975 under a mask as a Silver Streak, and also his real name, Steve Romero. Clue number 2. This wrestler worked in the Pacific Northwest Wrestling promotion, holding the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship several times. Clue number 3. This wrestler competed in the Toronto-based Maple Leaf Wrestling promotion, winning its Canadian Television Championship. Clue number 4. This wrestler played up his Native American heritage as part of his wrestling persona and adopted the nickname The Renegade. This wrestler teamed with his brother Mark in Championship Wrestling from Florida, capturing the NWA United States Tag Team Championship there twice. Clue number 5. This wrestler is best known for his tag team with Ricky Steamboat and Jim Crockett Promotions, where they held the area's version of the NWA World Tag Team Championship 5 times. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Jay Youngblood? Question 4. Medium. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on October 14th, 1952, in Tampa, Florida. He was drafted by the NFL team, the New York Jets, but was recruited into pro wrestling by Dusty Rhodes following a knee injury. Clue number 2. This wrestler competed early on in his career as part of the tag team American Starship, teaming with Scott Hall. Clue number 3. This wrestler competed in the WWF, where he replaced Barry Windham in a tag team. Clue number 4. This wrestler teamed with Sid Vicious in WCW to form the Skyscrapers. This wrestler also competed in All Japan Pro Wrestling, teaming with Stan Hansen. Clue number 5. Although the gimmick was short-lived, this wrestler is arguably best known for his disturbing wrestling persona, reportedly based on the Max Cady character in the film Cape Fear. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Dan Spivey, a.k.a. Waylon Mercy? Question 5. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born outside Montreal, Quebec on October 7th, 1937. His older brother and younger sister also became professional wrestlers. Clue number 2. This wrestler teamed with his real-life brother and a kayfabe brother named Stan, feuding with the real-life brother trio, the Torres brothers. Clue number 3. This wrestler and his real-life brother helped set a box office record in 1970 when they battled Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher in a steel cage match. Clue number 4. This wrestler booked Grand Prix Wrestling in the 1970s and played a major role in the formative years of the career of Jean Fer, a.k.a. the future Andre the Giant. Clue number 5. This wrestler was involved in an infamous wedding reception skit on the WWF's Tuesday Night Titans that ended in a massive food fight. Who's Dat Wrestler? Who is Paul the Butcher Vachon? Question 6. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on June 6, 1930, in the United States. Wrestling lore has it that this wrestler was discovered by boxer Jack Dempsey. This wrestler became a full-time pro wrestler after serving in the Marines during the Korean War. Clue number 2. This wrestler was involved in a famous angle where he sucker punched Cowboy Bob Ellis on an episode of Jim Crockett Promotions TV and shoved Ellis's face into a cake. Clue number 3. This wrestler is part of a famous tag team nicknamed the Blonde Bombers, but it wasn't Pat Patterson and Ray Stevens. Clue number 4. This wrestler teamed with a young Ric Flair early in Flair's career. Flair was billed as this wrestler's kayfabe nephew. This wrestler and Flair captured the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship. Clue number 5. This wrestler was known for his long-running team with Swede Hansen. Who's that wrestler? Who is Rip Hawk? Question 7. Ridiculous. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on July 29th, 1929 in Malta. Billed at 6 foot 4 inches tall, he quickly became a star. This wrestler reportedly worked his first match in 1957 at Maple Leaf Gardens. Clue number 2. This wrestler enjoyed success in Australia's World Championship Wrestling, where he held the IWA World Heavyweight Championship after defeating Spiros Arion. Clue number 3. This wrestler reportedly based his best-known wrestling persona off 1950s wrestling star Baron Michel Leone. This wrestler was known for his skill at hiding foreign objects. Clue number 4. Although this wrestler came up short in WWF Championship matches against Bruno Sammartino, he was more successful in tag team matches. This wrestler held the WWF United States Tag Team Championship with Smasher Sloan and the WWF World Tag Team Championship with King Curtis Iukea. Clue number 5. This wrestler spent his later years putting over other wrestlers as enhancement talent. This wrestler was known for the regal-looking cape he wore to the ring. His dedication to the WWF saw him inducted into its Hall of Fame in 1996. Who's that wrestler? Who is Baron Mikel Ciclona? Now it's your chance to play the wild card. Remember, the wild card is optional. Dare to play the wild card? This week's wild card category, wrestler theme songs. Difficulty, hard. Wrestler Johnny B. Bad's WCW wrestling persona was reportedly inspired by the song Johnny B. Good. Who wrote and sang Johnny B. Good? 1. Chubby Checker. 2. Chuck Berry. 3. Little Richard. 4. Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. The answer is 2. Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry wrote and sang the legendary song Johnny B. Good. Interestingly, Johnny B. Bad's look was based on that of singer-songwriter Little Richard. How'd you do? Let's have the coach add up your score. Coach?
How'd you do? No points. You set up the ring. While you're at it, sweep up the gym. 1 to 5 points. You're a wrestling school student. 6 to 10 points. You're a local talent, or what I like to call a bum. 11 to 15 points. You're a jobber to the stars. 16 to 20 points. You're a mid-card talent. 21 to 25 points. You're an upper-card talent. 26 to 30 points. You're a main eventer. 31 to 34 points. You're the undisputed world champion. 35 points. You're a living legend. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Wrestling's greatest moments. The channel that celebrates the squared circle.